Welcome back. This is Rich again, back for an exclusive YouTube video blog. Today's YouTube video blog is about a tribute to Pro Basketball Hall of Famer Bill Walton, who passed on May 27th, 2024 at the age of 71 due to a long battle with cancer. But first, these important messages. Don't forget to listen to Crystal's Time Machine each and every Friday and Saturday from 9 to 11 p.m. on WCAP 980, where everybody gets it. If you can't catch the show live, listen to the podcast exclusively on archive.org. Goes back to October 2015. Follow Crystal on Twitter at Crystal Amy John and Machine Crystal. Follow her on Instagram at Crystal Johnson. Follow her on Facebook, the official Crystal's Time Machine Facebook page, the official Crystal's Time Machine group page, and Game Show fan page. And say hello to Broadway Pizza, the official sponsor of Crystal's Time Machine. Say the promo code Crystal's Time Machine, $2 off your meal. So that is a pretty good deal. Follow me on Twitter at Chewy7. Follow me on Instagram at Rich Celisol. And follow me on Facebook at Rich Celisol. And on with the feature presentation. Rest in peace, Bill Walton, 1951 to 1952 to 2004. Bill Walton was one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history, even though his pro career was very, very short due to so many foot injuries. But Bill was one of the greatest college basketball players of all time, playing for UCLA, and he was part of three NCAA men's basketball championships with the Bruins, and he was three-time college player of the year and three-time All-American. In his junior year, he almost left for the ABA, which at the time, the ABA was fighting with the NBA for talent. Sometimes they would take great college basketball players after the freshman or sophomore year. Back then, there was no one and done. The Portland Trail Blazers selected Bill Walton in the 1974 draft, and he played 5 seasons with the Blazers, made 2 NBA All-Star teams, and he was a defensive team and also an All-NBA team. He led the Blazers to the 1977 NBA championship, and in 1977-78 season, the Blazers had a 50-8 record, and they were cruising for possible a second straight NBA crown, but Bill Walton got injured, fractured his foot. He missed the rest of the 1977-78 season and 1978-79 season due to foot injuries. But he won the 1978 MVP in the NBA. If Bill Walton didn't have that foot injury, the Portland Trail Blazers could have been a big NBA dynasty. They could have maybe won 4 or 5 championships during like a 7-8 year time span. You'll never know. Then he went to the San Diego Clippers, now Los Angeles Clippers, but He played sporadically for them during his time there because of nagging foot injuries. He actually went back to school and he was going to study to become a lawyer. In 1985, the LA Clippers traded him to the Boston Celtics for Cedric Maxwell. He came off the bench and he won NBA Sixth Man of the Year, and he didn't miss too many games in the 1985-86 season, winning a second NBA championship. And then Bill hurt his foot again before the 1986 season. He only played 10 games. Then he had to retire due to lingering foot problems, which constantly was with him for the rest of his life. He was inducted to the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame in 1992, but mainly because of his outstanding college career. He became a color commentator for NBA basketball, first with CBS. The last year they had college, they had NBA in 1990. Then he worked 12 seasons in the NBA, first on NBA Showtime with Bob Costas, and then he was a game analyst working with Dick Enberg, Greg Gumbel, Tom Hammond, and eventually Marv Albert. He and Steve Jones did a three-man booth the final 2 years the NBA on NBC was in existence, and he was a very, very good color commentator. Then he went to ABC and ESPN as an NBA analyst, and he worked for them for 7 years for the NBA. He also did a lot of college basketball for ESPN and also the Pac-12 network. Bill was a devoted Grateful Dead fan. He attended many of their concerts. He had a collection of Grateful Dead memorabilia at his house. And Bill was a vegetarian, and he wrote a few books, which was pretty good. I read one from the library that came out in 1993, and I had his second one, an autobiography, Back from the Dead, in 2016. I had that book for a few years before I gave it away. In recent years, Bill took a step back from commentating basketball because he was battling cancer, but he still had so much enthusiasm when he was on the air. And ESPN 30 for 30 did a 4-part documentary on Bill Walton a couple of years ago. It's pretty good. You should check it out if you have ESPN Plus. And pro basketball lost one of its most exciting characters and charismatic people of all time with the passing of Bill Walton. R.I.P. Bill.